It is now official that Ilia Topuria will make his long-awaited lightweight debut against former champion Charles Oliveira in the main event of UFC 317, set to headline International Fight Week, and the stakes could not be higher as this bout will be contested for the vacant title left behind by Islam Makhachev after he chose to vacate his belt and move up in weight to face Jalin Malen. This matchup between Topuria and Oliveira has all the ingredients of an all-out war, but many believe that stylistically it is going to be a very dangerous night for Oliveira. Lightweight is about to have a new champion, and it will either be the undefeated Ilia Topuria, riding an incredible wave of momentum, or Charles Oliveira, one of the most accomplished finishers in UFC history. Some fans and analysts have questioned whether Oliveira has earned this opportunity, pointing out that his recent run includes only one major victory over Michael Chandler and a loss to Arman Tsarukyan at UFC 300, alongside a win over Beneil Dariush. However, circumstances played a big role here, as Tsarukyan, despite beating Oliveira, was passed over for the shot after withdrawing from a scheduled fight with Makhachev in the past, with the UFC reportedly holding that against him. As a result, this fight became the most exciting and marketable option available, and in terms of action potential, it is absolutely the right choice. Both fighters have reputations for chasing the finish from the opening bell. Oliveira, the UFC's all-time leader in finishes, has repeatedly proven his ability to break opponents with relentless offense, sharp technical striking, and a submission arsenal unmatched in MMA history. Topuria, meanwhile, is coming off career-defining victories over two of the greatest featherweights ever to compete, Alexander Volkanovski and Max Holloway. His knockout of Holloway was particularly significant as he became the first man to stop the former champion, cracking a chin that had withstood the best power punchers in the sport for over a decade. Topuria's confidence is sky-high, and he has made it clear that he believes becoming lightweight champion is his destiny. Given the way he has been performing recently, it is hard to argue. This is a fight that feels almost certain to end inside the distance. Both men rarely see the final bell. Between them, they have 61 professional fights with only 8 going the distance, and they have the tools to hurt and finish each other in multiple ways. Oliveira's offensive striking is explosive and versatile. His knees, elbows, punches, and kicks have hurt top contenders and champions alike. His submission game is legendary, and his ability to transition fluidly between striking and grappling makes him a constant threat. However, his defensive vulnerabilities cannot be ignored. He has been rocked or dropped in numerous high-level bouts, including fights against Justin Gaethje, Michael Chandler, and Islam Makhachev. In almost every recent war, there has been a moment when Oliveira has been badly hurt, relying on his recovery skills and composure to come back and win. Against a finisher as clinical as Topuria, that margin for error shrinks considerably. Topuria's style is built around applying suffocating pressure, cutting off the cage, and unleashing heavy, accurate boxing combinations that target both the body and head. Once he smells blood, he is one of the most dangerous closers in the sport. His knockout of Jai Herbert at lightweight, delivered after being hurt himself, proved that his power translates up in weight. And with the run he is on now, it is hard to picture him not finding Oliveira's chin if the fight stays on the feet for extended periods. Oliveira's best route to victory lies in creating chaos in the grappling exchanges and capitalizing on any mistake Topuria makes on the mat. While Topuria has dealt with elite submission threats before, most notably shutting down Ryan Hall, Oliveira operates on a completely different level when it comes to mixing striking and submission setups in MMA. If Oliveira can lure Topuria into a scramble or force him to defend off his back, the danger of a fight-ending choke or joint lock is always present. On the feet, Oliveira does have strong weapons. His kicks are powerful and his striking is fundamentally sound, but his tendency to get drawn into wild exchanges leaves him open to counters. If Oliveira gets dropped by Topuria, it will be a race against time to see if he can recover before the follow-up barrage ends the fight. Both men come into this fight with massive stakes attached to their names. For Oliveira, now 35 years old and with a career full of wars behind him, this could very well be his final shot at reclaiming the lightweight belt. He has already achieved championship glory and defended the title against some of the best in the world, but the damage accumulated over the years may be starting to catch up to him. This fight represents both a chance to cement his legacy as a two-time champion and an opportunity to silence doubts about his recent form. For Topuria, This is the moment to ascend into rarefied air. Still undefeated, winning the lightweight belt would make him a two-division champion, having already captured and defended the featherweight title. Adding Oliveira's name to his growing list of legendary victims would solidify him as one of the sport's brightest stars and most dangerous fighters. Such a win would also open up massive opportunities for future fights, whether that be a showdown with Islam Makhachev should he return to 155 pounds, a meeting with Arman Tsarukyan if the Armenian continues his rise, or even a blockbuster grudge match with Paddy Pimblett if the Englishman can break into the top tier of the division. The stylistic clash here is part of what makes this fight so compelling. Oliveira thrives in wild, high-paced battles where he can mix his striking and grappling seamlessly, but that chaos also makes him hittable, and against a finisher like Topuria, that could be disastrous. Topuria, on the other hand, is disciplined and efficient, preferring to pressure his opponents into making mistakes before punishing them with clean, fight-ending shots. The big question is whether Oliveira can survive the early storm and drag Topuria into deeper waters where his experience and submission skills might tip the balance. The beauty of this matchup is that neither man has ever been content to play it safe. Both will come forward, both will take risks, and both have the ability to finish at any moment. Given their histories and tendencies, it is almost impossible to imagine this fight going to a decision. The crowd at UFC 317 will be watching not just a title fight, but potentially a passing of the torch, or a defiant stand by a champion of the past refusing to yield to the next generation. Every punch, kick, and scramble will carry the weight of years of sacrifice, preparation, and ambition. Oliveira's path to victory will require near-perfect execution, using his kicks to control range, creating scrambles that open submission chances, and avoiding prolonged boxing exchanges where Topuria's accuracy and power can shine. Topuria's route is more straightforward but equally challenging. Close the distance, impose his pressure, and land clean enough to turn Oliveira's lights out. Regardless of who wins, the fight has the potential to be remembered as one of the most exciting lightweight title bouts in years. It is a meeting of two men who have built their reputations on delivering highlight reel moments and refusing to back down under fire. The stakes are sky high for both. Oliveira is fighting for legacy and one last grasp at glory, while Topuria is fighting for history, dominance, and the chance to define the next era of the division. The only certainty is that when the cage door closes at UFC 317, fans are going to witness a battle that will either mark the rise of a new champion in Ilia Topuria or the resurgence of a proven king in Charles Oliveira, and with their shared refusal to take a step back, it is almost guaranteed that someone will not